Hey everybody, it's your old pal Brian Hunt, and welcome to another episode of 60 Seconds of Risk. Today I want to take some time talking about a concept that maybe few people understand as far as how your insurance deductible might look on your policy at home, and how, if you're unaware of how it's structured, you could find yourself in a big hole if you ever find yourself on the short end of a stick of a claim, or God forbid your house gets destroyed by fire, wind, or hail, whatever the case may be. But let's kind of walk through the premise and the basics of it. As you might understand, the past, say, 7-10 years, the commercial property and residential property insurance market has been taking it in the teeth. You've been seeing an increase in frequency and severity of named storms, whether it be high winds, floods, forest fires, wildfires that's been sort of destroying a lot of property, and then you have hailstorms, which is pretty predominant here in Texas, where I am. And actually, even today, right now, there was a severe storm that went through Houston, which roughly right now, according to Houston Chronicle, about 40% of the city is without power. So a lot of people down there are going to find out what their insurance policy is, if it's worth its weight at all in paper. And so you look at your policies and you find that you might have a deductible. Now, historically, you might have been seeing maybe an actual amount, maybe $5,000, $10,000 deductible. But what the carriers have been kind of slowly moving to is going to a percentage deductible. And how that percentage deductible is calculated and what your basis of that deductible can make a severe impact to your bottom line. And let's kind of walk through it. So I'm going to pull up an Excel statement I did to sort of kind of show you what this might look like if you're comparing your current situation to what's going on by case if you had an actual incident. So if you kind of see here, we've got, let's assume you bought a house in 2010, and that time when you bought the house, the insured value was $200,000. And let's assume back then you had an option. You could have had a 1% deductible, or a 2%, or maybe even as high as, say, a 5%. Now, as you see, the deductible is based upon the percentage of the value as far as that is actually insured. So as you can see and theorize here, if you've got a house that's insured for $200,000, insurable value $200,000, and you got a deductible 1%, that means for the first $2,000, you're paying out of pocket until the claim is prepared. So if it's a $20,000 damage to your home, your roof, but you're only going to you're paying for the first two, you're going to get a check for $18,000, hopefully. But as you kind of go see down, if the higher deductible goes, the bigger your deductible is going to be. So you go from a 2%, you're looking already at a $4,000 deductible, twice, obviously, from what you had prior. If you went to as high as a $5,000 deductible, you're looking at a 5% percentage deductible. You're looking at $10,000 actual deductible. Now, the thing is here is like, you can go increase your deductible to save you money, but the question is, are you taking too much of a risk? Because if the difference in price between the premium here from going from 1% to 2% deductible, let's say it's $500, is really, that might make sense. You can, $400, $2,000 difference, say $500 a premium, we're really maybe looking at a delta of $1,500. But if you had a higher deductible, say 5%, you're taking the first $10,000. If that savings in premium is only, say, $1,000 or $2,000, then you're really taking on a big chunk of that risk, and that's maybe not making a whole lot of sense. But the part of this that you understand is that maybe you watching this, think about when you bought your home, and think about where the market is now, not only for the price of inflation for materials and cost of labor to build a new home, but also just demand for new homes has increased over the years. There hasn't been that much supply being built, so a lot of people looking for homes, not a lot of supply, upward pressure. But let's assume that house you had in 2010 is now in, say, 2024. Let's give it a value of $500,000. Now look what just happened to your deductible. You maybe thought, oh, I had a $2,000 deductible with 1%. Now, with increase in value, you're up to $5,000. And it moves right down the line. We're going to $10,000 at 2 and up to $25,000 at 5%. Quite honestly, at that high level at 25%, at a 5% deductible, that may not cover your roof. You might be totally paying for it out of your own pocket. So the key thing here is, guys, as you're thinking about your insurance, you got to be wise as far as how you're spending your money and truly understand what is sort of the risk reward respects to. If you go with a higher deductible, what is that going to look like to you if by chance you actually have an event that occurs and you're writing a big check to fix that roof or the damage that was done when that tree fell off on your home? it's the thing is, like we all say in insurance, the total cost of risk. And what you need to totally understand is, yes, you could probably save money by having a higher deductible, but what's the difference in premium you're going to be saving versus if you actually have an incident, how much more out of pocket you're going to be taking to get it fixed. So like all things, guys, look at the details, run the numbers so you can make yourself an informed decision. Like all things, guys, I hope you found this beneficial. If there's a topic or individual you want to see on this, please post a note on LinkedIn. You can subscribe to this channel on my YouTube channel. You can also subscribe to, you find these links to my website, formerly known as Twitter, Substack, and Facebook. Until next time, guys.